Okay, so this is for opening up the hips in prone position. A couple things in prone position, if somebody's comfortable with their head turned, fine. Turn your head in more neutral position. You can do this also. One thing I do a lot is I put a pillow underneath their chest and use their face cradle, because this opens this up, lifts this up, and you can put their face in a face cradle. Just a pad, because it keeps their neck in neutral position. Because not everyone, you can turn it however you're more comfortable. Not everyone's good this way. Also too, in prone position, when releasing the hips, if their hips are bothering them, and a lot of times it accompanies some tightness in lower back, and if they're uncomfortable in prone position, one thing you want to do is help take out the excessive lordosis in their back, the natural curve in their back. So you can put a very thin pillow or fold a blanket and place it across their ASISs and let them lay on it, because that takes the excessive lordosis off of their back, and that makes it a lot more comfortable for people who have lower back pain generally. Okay, so we're going to definitely loosen gluteus, but we're going to start just loosening up the muscles of the lower back, primarily just below the floating rib and right above the iliac crest. So we're just going to go into the lateral border here of the muscles of the lower back. Just lean in. Just a little general loosening. I can feel this tight here. So I'm going right into the side of the muscle because I feel a little tightness here. But anything you want to do just to generally loosen that lower back just a little bit. And then we're going to take the compression down into the gluteals. So, and again, what we're dealing with is we're distal to the ASIS, and we're on the inside of the greater trochanter of the femur, and in between the greater trochanter of the femur and the lateral border of the sacrum. So all in the soft tissue here, gluteals, right? This is what we're working for. So we're just going to start with the flat of our fists, and we're going to just do a little circular, little compression into the gluteals, just to loosen. And again, we're working all in between those bony landmarks. And then we're going to take our bottom hand and bring the leg up here. And we're going to use now the flat of this fist, and we're going to compress as we bring the leg across. So we're bringing the leg across. When you bring the leg across, it brings the musculature up to the surface more. So when you do that, you can compress easier. So you just do a number of these. You have Ghostbuster socks on? That's awesome. The things you find out about somebody. She says, yeah. Okay, so loosening. So now the same thing, but now we're going to use our knee. So we're going to kneel in here while we're doing this. So y'all come over here. Get up over here. Come over there. So you can see. I'm going to come up like this, and I'm going to bring the leg across and sink in with my knee. And I'm just going to work in between the greater trochanter of the femur and the sacrum. Pressure's okay? Yes. Your knee fits in there really well. Or my knee fits in there very well. It's not your knee, it's my knee. Okay? And because I'm easing the pressure in, I'm in control of the pressure, so I'm considerate about what she can receive. Right? Just easy. Now, also we're going to do a pin and stretch. So you bring the leg across, you sink in, you hold that with your pressure, and then you bring the leg out. And that feels different. You do that a couple times. So you pin the tissue, bring the leg out. Doesn't take much. Pin and stretch. See how our mouth is starting to open? Yes. Sink in. Engage the tissue. Bring the leg out. Very good for opening hip. Okay. And we're going to do hamstrings. So as far as hip goes, loosen the hip, and then this knee comes down, and this knee comes up, and come right onto the hamstring. So again, we're like this, doing this, and then this knee comes down, and this knee comes just below the gluteal fold, right down onto the hamstring. Do that a couple times. And if for some reason the way you match up size-wise, energetically wise, I don't know, you could also just do your foot, if you like, because the arch of the foot fits right over the contour of the hamstring. Weight's okay? Easy, right? It's a nice way of doing it. Compression. Okay. And then we're going to come down and bring the leg out like this into figure 4. Okay. So here we can do a couple different things. I like to do it this way, so excuse me. I'm going to come like this. Again, here's the sacrum, here's the greater trochanter, so here's the soft tissue. And I'm just going to take my forearm and lean in right in there like this. Just right in like this. Now some people, this is not very comfortable, so you can also do this. You can get in a little bit easier this way. Intention is the same, but it's like how it's easier for both of you using your arm. It's a little clearer. There you go. So y'all see this? Try that. It's easy. Okay. Now, one thing that we want to find is there's a nice acupressure point right in the belly of Piriformis. So you want to come and try to find that. So it's halfway between the sacrum and the greater trochanter, thumb over thumb. Let me know if that's sensitive there. So that's right in the belly of Piriformis. There's an acupressure point there, gallbladder 30, which is called jumping circle. Because it's pretty self-evident if you go in there, you get the jump. But it's a good way to release here, so you want to just sink in, do a couple times. And then from here, we're going to come up, come to the other side, and we're going to end with a psoas stretch. So, because how the psoas affects hip. So we're like this. We just did Piriformis. Going to bring the leg here. You're going to step across, and now you're even with their hips and your foot that's closest to their head, you're going to place very lightly on their lower back. Not on their sacrum, but on the lower back. So the arch of your foot is expanding the spinous process of the lumbar vertebra. And you're going to bend your knees to grab a hold here and have the person inhale. And on the exhale, you just stand up. Nice stretch psoas. Okay? So this is how we do it. And the transition to the other side is this. And I'm just going to do the other side quick. Is you lower the knee down, you come down, foot down, foot up, compression. like using my knee for hamstring because you're loosening gluteals and then you're one down, one up. Easy, right?
Can this be done on a table if it's low enough?
Yeah, if it's low enough, but it's like the lowest setting.
You can do it.
Well, we have hydraulic tables at the
Oh, then you'll be able to
That'll
do
work
it.
out. Yeah.
Or you could do forearm like Christina said.
And then instead of lifting and putting, you can just do the, drop the leg and then do the rotation.
Well,
and
it's because I do use forearm already,
Yeah.
so using an alternative at least a little bit.
Save your knee.
No, save my forearm
Save
a little
your
bit. Are you moving her leg at all?
No, I'm just holding on. And a lot of times if you're trying to, I like this because it helps stabilize me while I'm standing, but if their leg is too short and you find yourself bending down, I found this trick where you can just, I like to use the sock. So that neutralizes that difference in height, so you have nice control of your, You're welcome. So now we put in figure 4, and we're going to loosen with forearm. You can do it this way, if this is more comfortable for you. This way. It's okay. I like this way because you can shift your weight into the work and just hold it a little bit easier. You're feeling for the acupressure point in the belly of Piriformis. So again, if you know basic anatomy, how it really can inform your work. That's Piriformis, halfway there, thumb over thumb. Yeah. And I want to hold that for a little bit. Do maybe a couple times. And again, pay attention to how you're using your body weight. So my arms are extended, work is in front of me, and I'm just getting the pressure by leaning in. And then the end, come across. Again, arch of my foot, not on the sacrum, but in the lower back. And when you bend down, you bend with your knees, and you stand up basically straight. That's all you need to do. And they feel nice, stretching. Okay, so we'll do that. Exchange.
Thank you.
On the table, half bow stretch for that?
I'm sorry?
On the table, half bow stretch for that?
You can, so if I'm stretching this side, see if you're on the table. Oh, let's put somebody on the table and see.